I know that I know something that you don't know. Possibly. That's theory of mind. Theory of mind may sound dull or complicated. The term alone is off-putting. I have to admit that myself, I haven't given it much attention until recently, that is, until I finally understood its implication. Hear me out. So, theory of mind. I hate the name. Put very simply, it is our capacity to read someone else's mental state, including their motivations, intentions, and so on. They could have come up with a name including, I don't know, something like really cool, like mentalism or mind reading. But no, let's keep it serious and sound difficult. Theory of mind. Ooh. So it's not about empathy here. It's not about feeling someone else's emotions and putting ourselves in their shoes. It's purely about theorizing what others think and feel to make sense of their mental world. And we do this all the time, unconsciously and effortlessly. If you see someone putting on their jacket, you would assume that he or she is about to leave. If you see someone running in the street, you assume they're late trying to catch a bus or something like that. You might even look behind your shoulder to make sure they're not running away from something you should be aware of. Unless, of course, they are in sports gear. Then they're just working out. Now, this capacity to make sense and give meaning to what others think around us is so powerful that we do it not only with other people, but also with animals and even objects. One measure of theory of mind is intentionality. When you're capable of reading your own intentions, your own state of mind, as in, I would love some cereals for breakfast, well, that is called first-order intentionality. Most mammals are capable of this. Now, second-order intentionality, where you read someone else's state of mind, is the most rudimentary level of theory of mind. I think my son would love some cereals for breakfast, is an example of that. All normal, healthy human beings can do this. Now, third-order intentionality goes one step further. I think my wife thinks our son would love some cereals for breakfast. Now, fourth-order intentionality would be something like, I think that my daughter thinks that my wife thinks our son would love some cereals for breakfast. And you could go on for quite a while like this. So why is this so important and why should you care? Well, thanks to this theory of mind, we're capable of telling stories, projecting ourselves in the mental state of the different characters, why they do things and what they think. Without it, we would have no stories, no books, no films, no YouTube. There would be no complex relationships, no plots to tell. Nothing like Joey told Phoebe that Chandler feels stuck because he thinks that Monica ignores him because her best friend Rachel is in love with her brother. Ross, Monica's brother, that is. But Ross doesn't know, even though everybody else does. And so Chandler would love to tell Ross, but if he does, Monica and Rachel will be mad at him, even though it would make everyone else's life way more convenient. Without theory of mind, there would be no politics, no sales. We wouldn't be able to be inspired by others. We would only be able to follow very basic orders, like dogs and other animals do. They do have some theory of mind. They are capable of a second-degree intentionality, but no more. Basically, our whole thinking would be limited to a first layer of literal interpretation of the world. No subtlety, no nuance, no complexity. It is actually quite difficult to overstate the importance of theory of mind and what it means to us as a species. You see, in countless videos and conferences I have been raving about how we are social beings, before anything else. Way before being capable of rational thought, it is our social aspect that defines us as a species. From small farming communities to huge cities where millions of people live together, we love, we laugh, we disagree, we argue and even fight. Well, if we're capable of living together, working together, creating things that are far bigger than ourselves, it is all thanks of this theory of mind. We can function together because I know what my boss expects from me, because I know what that look from my wife means when I do something she disapproves of, because When I walk in the street and I cross hundreds, thousands of strangers, I don't need to be fearful for my life. I know they have their own life and are minding their own business. And if one is acting strange, I can read their intentions and speculate on what they might be thinking and planning on doing. And so I can adjust my behavior. Theory of mind, all of it. Even the very device you're watching this video on would not have been created without theory of mind. Because the different components of it have been created in different parts of the world, in different organizations with different relationships, with the purpose to bring it all together and co-create this piece of technology and bring it to you so you would be enjoying this very type of videos. And the very idea of this, the concept of it, would be simply impossible without theory of mind. Okay, we really have to come up with a better name than theory of mind. Leave your suggestions in the comments below. Now, I think that you probably think that I would like you to push the like button and subscribe. And if you want the real stuff, you go to brainacademy.com. Becoming a member is the best way to support what we here are doing. You'll get access to all our courses about the brain and be able to join us on our live sessions. So see you there. Brain out.